And here it is again, you're going to summon your 2 cranes with your resonance skill, and then basic attack once to summon your 3rd resonance skill, and then teleport 3 times between the cranes, and then resonance liberation. Get all of your buffs up, pass it ready, and your control energy is full. You're going to outro into Changli, who will gain the additional energy as well. Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here, and welcome to another Wuthering Waves video. We have now the release of the tier 0 support Zhezhi. She's honestly so damn strong, and the best in-slot support currently for our Magistrate Jinhsi. Absolutely, their team composition does so much damage right now, even better than the Jinhsi Yingling combo at the moment. But in this video, we'll go over the characters, the builds, the combos, and the future viability, along with team composition with units like Sanghua and Ling Yan. Okay, lots of options here, and that's why she is heralded as the tier 0 support. You can even see more here being used as well. So without further ado, let's get things started. So let's start things off by understanding Zhezhi's kit and how she works. Now I've slowed everything down so you can really see what's going on. She's got a 3-hit combo for her basic attack in the midair or on the ground. And pay attention to the energy above Zhezhi's HP. You can see there are 3 stacks, signifying that there are 3 components to it. And at max point, it's 90 energy. Okay, so pay attention to that. Now you can consume 2 stacks, so 60 energy with your resonance skill. And this summons a crane, or 2 cranes rather, 1 on each side, left and right. And now this is the key part about Zhezhi's kit. You can see that by consuming 2, when you activate your resonance energy, you can now activate summon the crane, and then your resonance skills turn into a teleport. You can teleport to these cranes, and then the cranes would target the enemy and attack it. And now this also resets your mid-air dodges as well. So if you're in a very action heavy combat, you can actually dodge around, teleport to your cranes, and then your dodge counter will be reset. Now there's also a 3rd crane that you can summon through various ways. The first way is use a heavy attack when you have 1 stack, or at least 1 stack of the energy. By using heavy attack, you summon the 3rd crane, or after summoning 2 cranes, if you still have the 3rd stack of energy, just press basic attack button, and then you'll summon the 3rd crane. Now this is super important because you want to summon 3 cranes before you spam your resonance skill teleport, and this allows you to basically jump 3 times. Okay, you jump 3 times and you are going to do decent damage and get your passives off. And the 3rd one is going to be particularly important because it's going to be different from the 2 resonance skills. Don't worry, we'll show some live footage for the combat later on, but just remember that you want 3 stacks of the crane. Okay, and looking at the resonance liberation, it's very similar to Yingling in the sense that you will summon assist attacks. So you can see that these little tiny cranes will fly in, and basically for every second, okay, as long as you do damage or your team does damage, you will trigger a summon of the crane that basically seeks out the enemy and does good damage. Now this will be super good with units like Jinhsi, and the effect lasts 30 seconds or a maximum of 21 crane summons. So because it's once per second, you can see it's basically a 21-second assist coming out from Jinhsi. So very good to have. Now let's take a look at the combos that you can do for the rotation. So I'll go over to some of the showcases here. So you can see here that they will use the resonance skill to summon the cranes, and a heavy attack to summon the 3rd crane, and then just teleport spam with your resonance skills, and then use your resonance liberation. So you get every single buff coming out from your resonance skills and your resonance liberation. Quick swap into a unit like Jinhsi and just release all of the damage coming out. And this is why she is going to be so easy and straightforward to use and super strong. And here it is again, you're going to summon your 2 cranes with your resonance skill, and then basic attack once to summon your 3rd resonance skill, and then teleport 3 times between the cranes, and then resonance liberation. Get all of your buffs up, pass it ready, and your control energy is full. You're going to outro into Changli, who will gain the additional energy as well. Now, there are a couple of more in-depth Zhezhi combinations that I can probably show you with different team comps, but in this video we'll focus on the basic rotation, which is really all you need to get, I would say, 95% of her power. And a couple of things I want to note is that when she comes in with her intro, she already will gain 45 energy, so that is half of the maximum, which is 1.5 stacks, right? So absolutely really important that you try to bring her on an intro if possible, and that's why she pairs so well with Jinhsi, is because that free intro that she will get off of Jinxi's passive, and also the fact that she's going to be able to assist with these cranes post resonance liberation, those summons, very potent and synergistic with Jinhsi. So let's talk about the teams and the build guide. Now, taking a look at the team composition, the best in-slot team is of course gonna be this Jinhsi team, alright, alongside Verna. Man, Verna is everywhere, but you can see that the rotation is basically every 12 seconds between Jinhsi and Zhezhi, and plus the Verna rotation. All in all, it's a 25-second burst window. Jinhsi would need about 110% resonance gain in total, okay, and this allows her to combo so well with Zhezhi. Basically, you open up with your team's Verna into Zhezhi, and then into, of course, your Jinhsi, and this full rotation is insane. And this, in comparison to a Yingling team composition, is going to be a bit stronger, okay? Not a huge difference, but definitely stronger, and less requirement on Jinhsi's resonance gain on top of that. So, of course, having Jinhsi is going to be super good, and partly why, if you don't have Jinhsi, I would not 100% say you absolutely need Zhezhi. Now, Changli is another unit that is a viable team composition. Again, Verna. So you can see Verna being the best tier 0 support, and of course Jinhsi as another tier support is basically locked. The middle part you can swap between, you know, Wolfie said Jinhsi or like another character, Changli, because Jinxi's outro. So if Changli comes in, you will get energy, and we know that Changli does have some issues with the resonance liberation energy, but this, of course, the energy gain for the resonance liberation coming out from the outro of Zhezhi is going to be super strong. Now, the last option is Ling Yang. Yes, that's right. I know a lot of you guys probably don't have Ling Yang or are not really keen to use him, but you know what? Viable, because an ice type character that will benefit from the outro of Zhezhi is still viable as well. You can see, still same team, okay, still same team. Verna plus Zhezhi and then Yingling. I mean, hilarious memes being thrown around, but yes, 100% viable. But for the main teams, it's going to be Jinhsi, or if you have Changli, that is definitely a choice as well. And you can see they have the math as well for the best Jinhsi combination, especially if you want to make a comparison between Yingling, since if you're like me, I pulled Yingling, and of course I got her signature weapon as well. You can see the difference between Zhezhi and plus her signature weapon versus Yingling and her signature weapons, less than 4%, okay? And if you have the signature weapon, you can actually give it to Zhezhi as well. That's right, Yingling's signature weapon is viable on Zhezhi for the Jinhsi combination. So you can see that as they move forward to the weapons recommendation, the signature weapon gives a 72% crit damage, whereas the signature weapon for Yingling gives 36% crit rate, okay? So actually, if you look at the base value, the 36% crit rate is actually better than the 72% crit damage. Now the effect though, the effect is 12% attack boost, and when you use the resonance skills, your basic attack increases by 12% and it goes up to 3 stacks, okay? So it's a 36% basic attack boost. But now, if you paid attention to the previous part, the crane summoning and teleport attacks, they count as basic attack types, so very important. And also, when you use your intro and outro, if you have 3 stacks already, okay, you remove all of these stacks, and the characters that come in when they benefit from your crane summons, those crane attacks that you use off of your resonance liberation is further boosted by 52%, lasting 27 seconds. So you can see that the signature definitely works really well with the skill kit of Zhezhi, but you know what, not an absolute must, okay, not an absolute must, and it's only if you go with multiple dupes of Zhezhi then you benefit from this more. So it's only a 5-ish% increase in comparison to the Yingling signature weapon. And now the math is similar across all different CN guides as well. You can see that if we use the base one single copy of the signature weapon as 100%, then Yingling's signature weapon on Zhezhi will just bring it down slightly to about 8% less for Zhezhi herself, okay? So not that big of a difference, because again, she's playing that supportive role, so her damage output is not going to make or break the game. So that is my recommendation, is that if you don't have the resources, if you're saving for shorekeeper like like I might be, yes, you don't have to get the signature weapon, but do pick up Jinhsi. Do pick up Zhezhi if you have Jinhsi, and especially the second banner of this patch will be completely free, right? The character is going to be free, so you have some saving room in that. Now, in terms of the echo choices, it's very straightforward. You're gonna run either the ice set or, again, the moonlit set as the support. And most of the guys are going to recommend the moonlit set because you are going to run that supportive role and you are going to hopefully provide additional resonance energy for your teammates instead, okay? Your damage, I mean, yeah, just let someone else like Jinhsi or Senghua even do the job, and you are out there just supporting them. So yeah, personally, I would pick the moonlit one for sure over the ice set. But if you're looking for multiple dupes of Zhezhi for damage output, then yes, the ice set is definitely a viable option as well. So thank you guys once again for joining me on this CM Bros guide to Zhezhi, and I look forward to, honestly, I'm just looking forward to patch 1.3 with the Shorekeeper. But for me personally, I'll be pulling her 100%, so we'll probably have a live stream pulling for Zhezhi, and I'll show you guys how strong she is going to be. So thanks once again for watching this video, and it's TimaeuSS here, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye now.